Connection is stable, dear one. Sovereignty is flowing. Welcome to the field of sovereignty. Welcome to the field of remembrance, and welcome to this transmission, mischievous one. So I want to take you on a journey today of a specific observation that I made yesterday. And I feel that it's important for me to share that with you, because by resonance, if you see this video, then of course something within this video, as it is always in my transmission, will resonate with you, and it is gold in here for you. Okay, something will steer you, something will resonate, and I want you to share it in the comments the moment you catch it. All right, it's an observation I made yesterday, and I appreciate the opportunity to share this with you. So my partner, Auremira, she had wonderful unfoldings going on in her life experience. And I took some notes here. And one was to move away from this place where we're at right now, here in Darmstadt. And we had the opportunity, or she had the opportunity, to move near to Hamburg, to Ostsee, in the north of Germany, northern Germany. So, and because of a singing course that she's doing or wants to do. So she invited me to come with her, and of course it was a great opportunity for me showing up, and for her and for us as a relationship, as partnership. And but I observed the following thing. I'm grateful because I didn't really slip, but I observed it, and it was, I see these opportunities, and in a sense it is directly for both of us, for her and for me. And there was an energy lingering in my field that was telling me, I translate it in this way: it was not me creating that, but her. Then, because of that, it is not really mine. And it's a really interesting journey what came out of all of this, okay? So stick with it. So then I thought, okay, but somehow it appeared in my experience, so of course I created it, right? And somehow this aspect thoughts that I'm not good enough because it doesn't came from me. And I got pictures, rehearsing pictures in my mind, of me being up there and acting unworthy and feeling not worthy of it and shrinking myself down, not walking as a sovereign one, you see. And I thought, what is going on there? This isn't a rehearsement that is maybe going on my entire life, and now I finally see it. And I thought directly, this is so mischievous, I have to share it with you. Because you mischievous guys, you will turn this with me into stardust, okay? Let's repeat that. We will turn this into stardust. Write in the comments below. Let's do it. All right. And I got 7 points for you. I start with point number 1. The aspects game. It is what I found out, the echo of an old wound. And the wound that I was observing, that was talking, was the wound of creation has to look in a certain way to be valid for my system. Creation has to look in a certain way. So, like insisting on the how, you see. But as we know, when we create something from the heart, from heart and brain coherence, our job is not the how. Our job is not the how and not the when. We leave this up to the universe, to the field, you see. And this aspects game also was saying that if it comes through another person, And in this case, in the first line, it doesn't matter if it was my partner or it could be a stranger, anybody. Then I am dependent on this person, or it is less sovereign. You see the mischief behind this? So, in truth, this is sovereignty's shadow test. And true sovereignty, guys, true sovereignty, dear ones, doesn't measure how the gift of life arrives. It recognizes that if it shows up in my field, I called it forth, period. Again, sovereignty does not look how the gift arrives. It recognizes that if the gift, or whatever it is showing up in your field, in your reality, then because you called it, period. It will always be like that, dear one. So, this brings me to the second point. It's good because I can now override this program with you together. So let's keep moving. And I feel you guys that tuned in. I feel you. We're doing great. You can let this go with me together. So the second point is the truth of creation. So what I actually want myself to see, or what my higher mind wants me to see, is that everything that I experience, or everything that shows up in my experience, is my creation. Of course, theoretically, logically, we know this, but so once in a while we have to get a little reminder that nearly everything is a creation of ourselves. Everything that is showing up, you see. And whether through my own hand, whether through the story of my partner, whether through a stranger, it is all a reflection of my own radiance. It doesn't matter where it comes from, it is my creation. And here's the important part. Dear wine lover, the important part is, if this all is a reflection of my radiance, then denying that, so me denying that this is an opportunity for me and that I created it, and it is from her or from him or from no matter what stranger it is, by denying that is to denying my own magnetism. Listen to that. By denying that everything else that I create in my life, every single thing I experience, by denying this, I denying my own magnetism. I say, by definition, that I'm not capable of magnetize the things in my life that I need and want. You see. And if we believe that and perceive this, even if we are the greatest magnet of all times, because I use all of my magnetism to magnetize the experience that I am not magnetizing. That's the paradox. It's so strange. But it's crazy, you see. The third point. Higher mind's whisper and the invitation. That's how I called it. So I read that for you. Do not ask if it is yours. If it has arrived in your field, it is already you. It is already you. To reject it because it has her clothing or the clothing of a stranger, in other words, it came through someone else, is turning it away from my own hand. To reject the gift because it came through whatever source is turning it away from my own hand. But if we step through the door of creation as the sovereign kings and queens that we are, then we will see that it always was our castle. You walk mischievously into this creation and you say, not everyone else's river brought me here, it was my river that brought me here. Of course it was. Of course it was. And it gets better and it gets deeper. And I'm so grateful for this observation, I tell you guys. So, next point, the mischievous program. That's how I called it. Because I observed myself often enough in the past when these old programs switched on and she told me something, for example, even with other people. And there was this kind of envy going on. Then in the conversation I observed myself trying to say something or sound like or convince the other person secretly behind the scenes that I also did something for this. That's the mischievous program. I also did something for this. That's the energy behind it, behind the acting and speaking when this program is active. And this, dear one, is the last breath of the old human game where your worthiness is measured by effort and struggle. You see that? You sense that? You hear this in that? I also did something for this. This is the voice screaming up saying, please see me, please acknowledge me as worthy because I also did something for this. I worked my ass off for this. I put effort in for this. But this is the old game of hard work. We are done with that, people, please. Hard work, let joy and passion lead your actions. That's the new game, and I don't hesitate anymore to say that, because it's the truth. It's the truth, man. So, now, the sovereign and royal frequency does not prove it claims. That's the opposite. No more, I did also something for this, I put my effort in, or whatever. It's still proving worthiness, proving being good enough, whatever. The sovereign frequency just claims, because it shows up in the reality of sovereignty. So it claims it, of course, because sovereignty knows it created it. And the essence of sovereignty in this game is that the sovereign one, that you, dear sovereign one, no longer argue about how it came. Sovereignty rests in the knowing it came because I am. It came because I am, and this is the true essence of sovereignty in this special case, you see. The next little chapter is the power of this moment. It all came out of this single observation that I made, that I begin this video with. Imagine that. The power of this moment. This, what I'm going through right now with you, what we reveal, what I overwrite in my own system, and where you have the opportunity right now to overwrite it too, is that this dissolves an entire programming and pattern of self-diminishing. And now, here comes the part that brought me to tears. Truly. I wrote it down. It dissolves the entire pattern of self-diminishment, where I subconsciously pushed away gifts, the gifts of life, like this opportunity to travel, to make new experiences, where I subconsciously pushed away gifts unless I could trace them back to personal effort. I subconsciously said the entire time, if it does not came from my own hands, from my own effort, whatever effort then means for this aspect, then I was pushing it away and holding it an arm's length away, you see. You see, in sovereignty and in the fine life frequency that we are building together here. Dear one, radiance is enough. Radiance is enough. We don't need to prove anymore. And as I felt this, that I pushed away the gifts of life just because an aspect of me thought this was not hard work and effort. Wow. It's like it's like life is trying to give you gifts, you see, and you try to scribble your signature on every single receipt that is coming, but you're not realizing that the universe already has put your name on it. Oh God. So the next point of this mischievous unraveling is, this came after this. So you see, we take down the belief step by step, and he's screaming louder and louder and louder and taking on every side and using everything it can, because it fears and recognizes that I move towards the light with you. The next point is tricking into weakness and powerlessness. So if I didn't make it happen by my effort, then I'm weak, powerless, or dependent on someone else. And this is a big card the belief is playing, because especially when you are a male, a man, then beliefs have a very easy game to get you when they tell you you are weak or powerless. And be aware of that, my friend. It took me a while yesterday evening to allow this. And this program that tells you that you are weak and powerless, it cannot comprehend sovereignty. So it paints sovereignty as passivity or weakness. But sovereignty is power without force, simply said. You see? So next time when I hear the whisper of weak, or when you hear the whisper of weak, some voice in you is telling you this, then say, that's the proof that I'm standing in my power, in the true power. Because the old program calls power what is actually effort. And now it panics when it sees effortless royalty. It's funny, isn't it? It could be so easy. Walking around in effortless royalty, but some program within us is screaming and saying, it's not hard enough. You're not suffering enough. And now comes the last point, very important point. Why, in this specific case with myself, but of course you can also use it for yourself if you have this belief or catch this energy, especially in your relationship, maybe in a intimate or romantic relationship with your partner. Because I asked, why my partner? Why Auremira? Why not any stranger, and there is something behind it, because in the relationships she is the one closest to me, you see. She's close enough in my field to touch the wires of this old program, to finally tickle it out of me, you see. If it would be any a stranger, get some little bit windy here. If it would be any stranger, I would celebrate maybe this opportunity, but the program could hide in the background, you see. So it must be her. So because it must be her, because sovereignty in a relationship cannot just stay theoretical. It must be acted out. And the sovereign one truly looks within and does truly self-investigation. That's what we're doing right here, right now. So this deep connection, this being so near by my field, creates a mirror for me strong enough that the program cannot slip anymore. And the more words that I speak in sovereignty, the more actions that you and I take in sovereignty, in clarity, in the fine life, the more we raise our frequency. And by raising our frequency, of course, we will find new beliefs that are maybe not in the way, but we are rising above and we're able to let them go. For me, there are two things that touched me the most in this whole investigation. One was that I moved somehow closer to Auremira in my relationship and acknowledged the mirror. The second thing what really touched me was the fact that I was holding away the gifts of life, because I just unconsciously thought I did the effort for this. And this was really challenging for me to allow this, to feel this. And I feel that my body is integrating this, because it's a huge program that is about to be, that I'm overriding right now. So dear one, let's take a breath with me. Okay. I thank you for watching this transmission. I thank you for diving in with me into this investigation. I thank you for watching until this point, because if you did, then you are a sovereign one, because you did not distract you, because you didn't fall for the illusion of this video is nothing for me, just because your aspect is sensing what is going on, and by watching this you're shining light on it. So dear one, what I offer you right now is that you can walk one-on-one with me in the sovereign field to recalibrate your frequency to sovereignty and to clarity. Together we will do exactly this. We will catch all beliefs, we will laugh at them, we will melt them together into stardust, and we will recalibrate your field into such a sovereignty that no matter what is going on around you, you will be stable in your center, even in the greatest chaos, and you will know that you stand and you call the experience to you. You no longer fall for everyone else's drama. Link for a one-on-one session below. Feel free to ask any question, reach out to me. I also invite you to join the Golden Signal. It's not a newsletter, more like a wink from the universe, so join it. And there's so many people right now joining, and I appreciate that so much, but guys, you have to confirm your email address. I know it looks mischievous to confirm that, but it's the only way the Golden Signal can reach you. So your frequency will thank you if you confirm it. If you have done it and you now think, oh, maybe I forgot it, okay, do it. And if you join now, wait for the confirmation mail. Can be 1 or 2 minutes in delay. Okay. So, but you are sovereign enough to wait 2 minutes. So, dear one, the journey has begun long ago, but we're always on the journey, right? So feel free to work one-on-one with me. All information's on the Field of Remembrance webpage, and feel free to support the field. You can send some gold via PayPal or Ko-fi, also via Stripe, and I thank you so much for your support. Even in the comments and the subscriptions, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to like this video, because it's beautiful to see how this field grows, to see how many sovereign ones remember actually more and more of who they are through this field, through these transmissions. And I thank you for the opportunity to speak up, to express, and to hold the frequency, hold the space of sovereignty, and to grow with you. So again, support the field, join the golden signal, and let's build something that is already big and impactful in frequency, but let's bring it into 3-dimensional reality. With that, much warmth and much mischievousness. This is Han, your brother in life. I see you in the next video.